Well, how do there, chums? It is I, Captain Steve, and today, chums, for you guys out there in the viewerverse, I have created some buildings that are there to sort of set the tone for some ideas for perhaps new structures for settlements. So I tried to make them look very much in keeping with my own settlement, so I made them look quite metallic-y. So yeah, this is just one of 3 buildings that I've made so far, chums. Look at that, it looks quite functional. I really like how this looks. So I'm heading into this first one, and this is a rock geologist, where you can turn in your mineral sort of finds. So yeah, I got the idea for the droid in the round table, sort of like, embedded in like that, from iPatch 101 on his base tour. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in the top right hand corner. Freaking awesome, I love that. I'm going to adopt that in a few of my bases, I think. I love doing base tours for that reason. You can gain so much inspiration. So what I'm thinking is you can turn in your discoveries here and get a load of nanites as a reward, but not only that, you can actually purchase stuff from this guy that is sort of rock based, so you may be able to buy some tritium or some dirt or maybe even silicate powder. Now that you need silicate powder to actually build bases, it kind of makes sense, and I may add a floral guy in there, a flora type guy in there in a bit. But yeah, let's head on over to the next structure. So this one over here, I've got a little outside tent, and I'm thinking of making that into some sort of little cookery area. I'd be adding another merchant in there and some cookers and things, but I'll come back to that in a sec. So in here, this guy here, I'm thinking you could hit up missions to actually go and take photos on the planet. I mean, he's got a little bit of an art gallery going on in here at the moment. But yeah, he may ask you to go and take a photo of a rare plant or a rare sort of drop, or even take a picture at sunset at a certain time of day, or he might give you some coordinates to go to and say, please can you take a picture of whatever you see in those sort of coordinates. Just take a couple of pictures, come back to him, turn them in, and he may reward you with quicksilver for your actual photos that you've taken. So yeah, photography missions, because photography is such a big part of No Man's Sky, yet we don't get many missions anymore. So yeah, we're heading over here. I've put in a little cook agent, so I'm thinking maybe, like handing stuff into Kronos is freaking tiresome. I'm thinking maybe come here, hand in all your cook goods in quantities to this guy, maybe stacks of 10, 50, whatever. He'll buy them off of you, but it won't give you as many nanites as what Kronos will up in the actual station, but at least it can feed the rest of your settlement. So I have got like a little exocraft dude round the back here as well. So yeah, so we've seen the geologist and we've seen the cook. I've now put in a flora guy inside of this first building, so let's just run back to the first building before I show you the last and final building of my build ideas. Let's head on in. So here we go, I've just added a little flora guy over here. There he is. Hello there, how are you, little guy? So yeah, you can do the same with your sort of like flora type stuff and hand them in, and maybe you can buy things from him like star silk and other base materials for base building that you just can't get in most places. So here we go, there we are. I've just put the sun in the sky. It does look freaking sweet, doesn't it, this little town? Yeah, I've built it around by a trading post, but I think this is so in keeping with my settlement, and these buildings would look quite cool amongst my settlement buildings, so I tried to keep them in style. And this is the third and final building, and we're going to be going inside there in a bit. Can you guess what the purpose is for this building? It kind of looks like a sheriff station. That's what I was going for. Yeah, a sheriff, and perhaps I am the deputy. So let's head on over and let's go and see the sheriff. Awesome. So here we go. Let's head on out of the art gallery where I last left off, and let's run round to the final building, which is just here. Awesome. And look at that, it's got a shutter at the moment. That shutter is closed. I've got a button inside to open that, and you've got to teleport around there. Lovely job. And let's head on in. Well, how do there, Gar? How are you, Sheriff Gar? Yeah, he's doing good. So there you might be able to buy some modules for your multi-tool, and perhaps it might be able to sell you the incinerator or whatever. And we've got a bounties board, so you can pick out bounties on local pirates and things. And then you can turn in your bounties at this guy and get yourself some sort of gnarly sort of rewards. Maybe some X-class modules. X! Yeah, not S, because you can buy the S-class modules in stations and things. I'm thinking having a settlement rewards you with things that you just can't buy inside of the stations, because I think that makes a lot more logical sense. Here you go, I can hit up this little switch, and look at this, it opens up the door. Chicka-boom! Nice! And it gives a little shelter, like a little mezzanine. Frickin' love that, frickin' ace. Anyhow, there we go, they're my ideas for some settlement buildings to actually add to our settlement towns, and I think it'd bring a bit more life to the actual settlements. What do you guys think in Viewerverse? Please add it in the comments. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe. And I'd like to say a massive, great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.